The 269 pounds of fentanyl pills and powder seized in this case could have yielded a staggering 6.9 million lethal doses.
These pictures show just some of the meth, marijuana, cash, and guns that were confiscated. 51 people were arrested in 3 states, Kentucky, Tennessee, and West Virginia.
What you're about to see isn't just another drug bust story. This is how Mexican cartels transformed Interstate 5 into their personal drug superhighway until federal agents crushed their entire operation. What began as routine traffic surveillance on Washington highways became the takedown of a Sinaloa cartel network capable of killing 6.9 million Americans. 2 brothers operating from Mexico had systematically infiltrated America's transportation infrastructure, turning ordinary semi-trucks into weapons of mass destruction. These vehicles hauled enough fentanyl to eliminate entire cities while blending invisibly into normal highway traffic. The DEA's investigation revealed something terrifying. Cartels aren't just crossing our borders anymore. They're using our own infrastructure against us. But this week, federal agents delivered a message that echoed from Washington to Sinaloa. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly how investigators dismantled an operation so sophisticated it could have been America's deadliest nightmare, and what this victory means for communities everywhere. For decades, we've understood drug smuggling through a simple lens. Cartels move product across borders using hidden compartments, underground tunnels, or boats along coastlines. Our national security strategy has focused on fortifying border checkpoints, building walls, and patrolling crossing points. We've trusted that commercial trucking remains legitimate, regulated, and safe. We've believed that our interstate highways, the very arteries that connect American cities, are protected infrastructure, secured by law enforcement and used for lawful commerce. But what if everything we thought we knew was wrong? In early 2022, DEA agents conducting routine surveillance noticed unusual patterns in commercial traffic along Interstate 5 near Seattle. At first, there was hope this represented isolated incidents, perhaps small-time local dealers making regional moves. Agents rationalized that enhanced border security measures must be working, forcing dealers into more desperate local operations. That comforting theory crumbled quickly. What investigators uncovered wasn't a local operation. It wasn't even a regional network. They had stumbled upon something far more insidious, a fully operational Sinaloa cartel distribution system running through America's most vital transportation corridor. The numbers defied comprehension. The operation had moved enough fentanyl to kill 6.9 million people. The entire Seattle-Tacoma metropolitan area could have been eliminated twice over. Let that sink in. This wasn't just drugs crossing borders. This was mass poisoning capability moving freely on American highways. The semi-trucks weren't just transportation. They were delivery systems for weapons of mass destruction, directed by Mexican cartel leaders from 2,000 miles away. These weren't smugglers sneaking across desert terrain at night. These were professional drivers in commercial vehicles, using America's own roads, following America's own traffic laws, while carrying enough poison to devastate entire states. This wasn't drug smuggling. This was the systematic weaponization of American infrastructure by foreign criminal empires. Behind this operation stood Rosario and Francisco Camargo Banuelos, brothers operating from their Sinaloa stronghold in Mexico. They hadn't just established a supply route, they had engineered a sophisticated supply chain that moved product from Mexico through California and up the IR-5 corridor into Washington state. Their operational expertise was undeniable. They recruited American drivers, used legitimate freight as cover, and established a distribution network spanning from Whidbey Island to Tacoma, effectively infiltrating the entire Puget Sound region. This wasn't an opportunistic venture. It was a calculated 2-year operation representing systematic expansion of cartel territory. As federal agencies responded, there were moments of apparent progress. DEA task forces coordinated with local authorities. Individual arrests mounted. Stash houses were raided. Border security operations continued showing success in traditional crossing areas. There was a sense that conventional methods might contain the threat. Cut off the supply lines, arrest the local networks, problem solved. But as investigators dug deeper, the true magnitude emerged. The operation wasn't just bigger than expected, it represented an evolutionary leap in cartel strategy. 19 individuals were ultimately indicted, revealing not just a drug distribution network, but a massive coordinated criminal enterprise that had successfully compromised America's commercial trucking industry. This wasn't isolated to Washington state. The same model could be replicated on any highway, in any state. The cartels had evolved from border smugglers to infrastructure infiltrators. Every semi-truck on every highway suddenly represented potential threat, a complete paradigm shift in how America needed to think about national security. The Sinaloa cartel hadn't just crossed our border, they had colonized our highways. This case has transformed our understanding of national security threats. American infrastructure, once presumed secure from foreign exploitation, now represents a vulnerability requiring new protective measures. The commercial trucking industry, a backbone of American commerce, can no longer be presumed inherently safe. Traditional models focusing exclusively on border security have proven insufficient against modern cartel operations. The strategic shift is clear. America must evolve from border defense to comprehensive infrastructure protection. Yet, within this challenge lies unexpected resilience and new opportunity. The case demonstrates remarkable effectiveness when federal agencies fully coordinate their efforts. The DEA, Department of Justice, and Homeland Security integration proved decisive in bringing down this network. The 2-year infiltration operation showcases new investigative capabilities specifically designed to counter evolving threats. International cooperation has also advanced, with U.S. authorities working alongside Mexican counterparts to target leadership structures beyond American borders. Technology advantages in surveillance and coordination are exposing cartel vulnerabilities faster than criminal networks can adapt. Most importantly, this operation protected the Puget Sound region from what could have been a mass poisoning event of unprecedented scale. Law enforcement is rapidly evolving to meet infrastructure-based threats. New preemptive capabilities allow identification and dismantling of networks before catastrophic impact. International accountability means cartel leadership faces justice regardless of location. Enhanced infrastructure defense protocols for commercial transportation are already being implemented nationwide. The message to cartels worldwide couldn't be clearer. No criminal network, no matter how sophisticated, is beyond American reach. The Camargo Banuelos brothers and their associates learned that America's highways aren't Mexico's to weaponize. Every cartel watching this takedown just received the same message. This case represents more than just another drug bust. It marks the moment American law enforcement recognized and countered a fundamental transformation in criminal strategy, from simple border crossing to systemic infrastructure infiltration. The cartels evolved, and now we've evolved to meet them. When federal agents seized those semi-trucks on Interstate 5, they weren't just confiscating drugs, they were reclaiming American highways. They were declaring that our national infrastructure belongs to the American people, not foreign criminal enterprises. The next time you see a semi-truck on the interstate, remember this story. Remember how close we came to losing control of our own highways, and remember how federal agents drew a line and said, "No further." The interstate invasion was defeated. Our highways are ours again, and that's a victory worth remembering.